Yo, what's good, YouTube? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another reaction video. We got the problem with the Dallas Cowboys. I really think it's just only one huge, massive problem with them, and it starts with Jerry Jones, bro. Like, he is really the reason why they can't really win that many playoff games. You know, he's incredibly cheap. Talking about something, they're going all in this year, but only sign like 2 players that are completely out of their prime, in Eric Kendricks and Ezekiel Elliott. Like, Jerry Jones is the problem, and I do really think as long as he's in office, bro, and as long as he's the owner, that the Cowboys are not going to make a deep playoff run at all, bro. So let's go ahead and check this out.
There is always fun and excitement in Jerry's world, but that doesn't apply to you if you are a Cowboys fan. Yes, Cowboys fans.
Both my mom and dad are Cowboys fans.
The Stadium has brought you more tears than laughs over the last few years. But can this season be any different? To quickly recap, the last season ended disastrously for the Cowboys.
And one thing, I feel bad for Cowboys fans because the Cowboys do good in the regular season, like we're 13-3 or 12-5 or something around that range each and every year. But then when it comes to playoff time, they get their fucking asses whooped. Like last year with the Packers, let me see, a couple years ago, they did beat the Bucks in the playoffs. I forgot who knocked them out. I think it was the Niners that knocked them out the playoffs. And bro, they just always run into a buzzsaw and completely unprepared every time it comes playoff time, bro.
Cowboys ended the season with a 12-5 record, winning the NFC East, only to get embarrassed on national TV by the Green Bay Packers.
That shit is crazy.
And it's intercepted. Jair Alexander, he's got it up on his feet, racing to the end zone, and he's in. Touchdown, Green Bay.
And when I say embarrassed, I mean that. 27-7 going into halftime, 48-32 the end result.
Let's just look at the facts. The Cowboys say,
I cannot wait for Good Morning Football to come back.
We are loaded. We are playing a team of children, and we didn't lose.
Team of
we
children.
got destroyed.
But this season was no different than any other season before it. In 2022, the Cowboys finished the season with yet another 12-5 record, only to lose in the divisional game.
And that'll do it. The 49ers back to
the championship. Bro, they definitely could have won this game, bro.
In 2021,
12
they
to
finished
19
the season with a 12-5 record and lost in the wild card game.
The game is over. The game is over.
Now this one, the reason they lost this game is because of poor clock management. Like, why the fuck would you run a QB draw knowing damn well you ain't got no timeouts?
And I've said it numerous times, the stars are very dim. They don't show up. They don't play well in playoff competition. During the regular season, they are fantastic. But when the playoffs start, just look at their record. It's the Cowboys. That's right. It is the Cowboys.
And every time a season ends, NFL fans, talk show hosts, and football analysts put on the same old broken record and play it over and over again.
What did I tell y'all?
Bro, I know this nigga be having a field day every year, bro. Stephen A. Smith. Biggest Cowboy hater.
High power, prolific offense. Michael Irvin, the playmaker. Keep it spinning or break your records. We averaging more than 35 points per game. Well, what did you do tonight?
Fans, but
how could you hate this nigga for real?
Stephen A is right.
This nigga's
but unlike
hilarious.
Previous off seasons, this time it appeared things would be different. And for a while, Cowboys fans had a reason to be happy and hope for a better future. Jerry Jones said it himself.
We'll be going all in. We've seen some things out of some of the players that we want.
What is, like, I really want to know what the fuck is all in for this nigga. Like, really? Come on.
And yes, I would say that you will see us this coming year not building for the future.
Right? Wrong, since Jerry Jones proclaimed his intentions.
Yikes,
the Cowboys still haven't done anything to get better. Instead, they dug themselves into an even bigger hole. The Dallas Cowboys have a big problem, and here are the reasons why. Let's start in chronological order. Number 1, free agency disaster. I don't know what Jerry Jones meant by saying they were all in.
For real.
If that means spending the least amount of money in free agency, then he was right.
Like, he's incredibly cheap.
When Jerry Jones says, I'm all in.
Like, and it's not just this year, like overall, bro, he's been very cheap these last couple of years. Like, name one big signing they've made, like, in the last, like, 5 seasons. Name one. Like, I cannot think of the last time they made a blockbuster signing in free agency.
Bunch of things. And then the truth is, they never actually do that.
The Dallas Cowboys ranked dead last amongst all 32 NFL teams in money spent in free agency. They spent a measly $16.5 million on new signings and $1.3 million on in-house extensions. A total of $47 million during the entire offseason.
You know how you cannot be disappointed?
Don't
build no expectations.
Don't do a
So
thing.
now that we aren't going out and get anyone, nobody's going to talk about us winning.
To put it in perspective, the Cowboys have lost a dozen players in free agency, including starters such as Dorrance Armstrong,
Lost them to their
Tyler
ops too,
B,
bro, the
Tyron
Commanders.
Smith, Tony Pollard, and Jonathan Hankins. They created massive holes in their roster, and in return, the only notable names they signed all offseason were linebacker Eric Kendricks and maybe Ezekiel Elliott, who returns to Dallas after being released by the Cowboys a year ago.
Both of them are completely out of their prime.
Will it be his first touchdown as a Patriot? Going up and under. He's in for the touchdown.
To be frank, they don't have a lot of cap room to work with, so people assumed they were saving the money to extend their star players, right?
Yeah,
Wrong.
but like, bro, if they were doing that, then Jerry Jones should have just said that instead of saying we're all in, bro.
Again, this brings us to number 2 on our list,
CeeDee
contract
Lamb.
controversies. As we all know, if you
Michael
had to
Parsons.
choose 3 players to represent the Cowboys franchise, we would all pick the same 3: Dak Prescott, CeeDee Lamb, and Micah Parsons.
Facts.
And consequently, they are all in need of a new contract. So one would assume that Jerry would have taken care of his best players by now. Boy, were we wrong. The training camp is just around the corner, and
Like,
none of the
honestly,
players
bro,
are
he should have been paid CeeDee Lamb. He waited way too fucking long. Like, as soon as the season ended, boom, should have been in not trade talks, should have been in signing talks with CeeDee Lamb, gave him a new contract before Justin Jefferson got his contract, and before Amon-Ra St. Brown got his contract, Devontae Smith, AJ Brown. Like, bro, he waited way too fucking long.
By far the worst mistake the Cowboys have made this offseason, much more so than not signing free agents. I know that's been frustrating for Cowboys fans. This, to me, is much more of an unforced error.
Okay, Micah is entering the 3rd year of his rookie contract, and the Cowboys technically don't have to rush to sign him just yet. But
Yeah.
one of the best pass rushers has already made clear that he would prefer to get this deal done sooner rather than later. Leisurely, he skipped the entire OTAs and had this to say when asked about his absence.
I went over it. Paul was meeting up with me, the run game coordinator, so I really wasn't missing anything, so I feel like I was just getting better, getting stronger, getting faster, just doing my things. And I think the more years you have in, the more you understand that there's also like the business side to it. Whether I like it or not, there's rookies or people I came with that's not even here anymore. And I think that's what camp is for.
I guess Micah is starting to understand how the NFL works. On the other hand, their star wide receiver CeeDee Lamb is entering the 5th and final year of his rookie contract, and he made it abundantly clear that he doesn't intend to step 1 foot onto the practice field without a new deal. And for the record, he kept his word. CeeDee has already missed the entire OTAs, plus was a no-show for the entire mandatory minicamp. He wants to get paid, and for good reason. Just look at his stats from last season. Lamb led the league in receptions with 135, was 2nd in the league with 1,749 receiving yards, and was 3rd in the league with 12 TDs. He is a 3-time Pro Bowler and a 1st-team All-Pro last year, and arguably a top 5 wide receiver in the entire NFL.
Pressure on Prescott, gets rid of it. Lamb. Oh, what
Damn.
Additionally, the wide receiver market exploded this spring, with multiple top-tier wide receivers cashing in $30+ million per year contracts. So what are the Cowboys waiting for? They could have signed him last year or even after the season ended, but
that's
they keep
exactly what I said.
stalling. And a few days ago, reports came out of Dallas that CeeDee will not partake in training camp unless he gets signed. The more you wait, the more expensive it will get. You know that, Jerry.
Pressure
100%, bro.
Stands in. Wide open, CeeDee Lamb. Touchdown.
Similarly, QB Dak Prescott, the face of the franchise, is in the final year of a 4-year, $160 million deal he signed in 2021 with a $59.4 million cap hit this year. And his deal doesn't include a franchise tag option once the contract is complete. This means they either pay him or he becomes an unrestricted free agent.
Like, bro, they dig themselves in a super deep hole with that, bro. Like, that shit is crazy. 80 has a no trade clause. Like, this is insane.
Jerry Jones, the owner of the team, has already said he's going all in. It's kind of hard to go all in. Kind of hard to push the chips into the middle of the table when you got one hand tied behind your back because of the Dak Prescott contract.
The Cowboys must do something with his contract moving forward. Worst case scenario, restructure it. And I know the NFL is divided on Dak. Nobody can say he is not good. But the question is he good enough to take the Cowboys all the way? Jerry Jones and the Cowboys think so.
Certainly he's very capable and is capable for years as far as his age is concerned at competing for a Super Bowl in my mind.
So, Jerry, what are we waiting for? With Jared Goff's and Trevor Lawrence's new deals, the price for a good QB rises by the minute.
3rd and 6, Goff. Across St. Brown to the end zone. 2nd and 7. Lawrence. Got his man. Touchdown.
And if the Cowboys don't do something soon, they are looking into paying Dak more than $60 million per year when his time comes.
And he's not worth that,
has
bro.
Every right to demand
let's be
that
real.
Number. Last year was undoubtedly his best season as the Cowboys QB. Dak led the league in passing touchdowns with 36 TDs. He was 2nd in the league in QBR, total quarterback rating, with 72.7 QBR, and was 3rd in passing yards with 4,516 passing yards. And oh yeah, he was the runner-up in the MVP race.
Dak is the guy that they have to keep around, desperately need to extend the contract. Their only alternative is bite the bullet, take that huge cap number under his name this year, and then watch him become an unrestricted free agent in 2025.
So what are we doing, Dallas? Are we all in or not? I don't think anybody can figure out what the Cowboys are doing regarding these contracts. Number 3, the head coach situation. It's not only that the Cowboys' star players are in a contract conundrum.
Yeah, Mike McCarthy is definitely on the hot seat
Mike
this
McCarthy,
year.
and his future, like the future of his players, is up in the air. McCarthy is entering the final year.
I could definitely see Dallas looking so much more different next year. I could see Mike McCarthy not being there. I could see Dak not being there. Shit, if we being honest, bro, I could see CeeDee not being there as well because, like, bro, they're waiting way too fucking long to re-sign him, and his price is just gonna keep going up. But hey,
of his
y'all
deal.
Dallas Cowboy fans, y'all let me know
in
down in the
his
comments below what you guys
tenures,
think.
He hasn't received an extension offer from the Cowboys, which makes us think that his time in Dallas is coming to an end or not.
Mike McCarthy would be judged by how the Dallas Cowboys' last game of the season would go. It did not go the way that they wanted it to, and it flamed out. And now people are gathering together to see whether Mike McCarthy will survive into the season.
After the embarrassing loss against the Packers in the playoffs last year, many called for McCarthy to be fired, but Jerry Jones shut down any rumors.
He should have been.
McCarthy was there
He
to
should have
stay.
been fired.
And although Jerry tried to convince us that the Cowboys organization was standing strong, over the last few weeks, reports started to circle the gridiron that there was a palpable dysfunction between the two. This is the last thing the Cowboys need right now.
Because I've seen this movie before. This is right around the time where coaches be like, man, this dude, man, and he's not calling X's and O's. That's not why you fed up. You get fed up because of everything else that goes on while you're trying to lead a team as a head coach.
Number 4, roster holes. If you thought we were done, you were wrong. There is another reason why the Cowboys are in trouble come the season, and those are key roster holes.
The Cowboys need some young instant impact players as well because
bro, look at all these people they lost. These are big losses. Tony Pollard was their starting running back last year. Tyron Smith was their starting tackle last year. Tyler Biadasz was their starting center. Dorrance Armstrong was a good rotational player for them. Dante Fowler was also a good rotational player for them. And Leighton Vander Esch was their starting linebacker who retired.
Holes. The Cowboys need some young instant impact
that is
players
huge,
as well
bro.
because for the first time in over a decade, they have a season-long question mark at left tackle.
And not just the left tackle position, but the center position as well. Yes, they drafted Tyler Guyton in the first round of this year's draft to fill the left tackle position. But Guyton was only a one-year starter at Oklahoma and played solely on on the right side of the offensive line. And Cooper Beebe, who they drafted in the 3rd round of the draft, and who is intended to play the center, has never played this position in college, not a single snap. And on top of that, their wide receiver room looks like an empty bus station. Last season, CeeDee Lamb hauled in more receiving yards than all the other WRs combined.
Damn. Oh my gosh. Bro, that is so sad. Like, CeeDee Lamb is the only true threat on that offense, bro. Like, other than Jake Ferguson as well, Brandon Cooks is starting to decline. He's still decent, but he's definitely starting to decline with his age. So CeeDee Lamb is really the only true threat.
Talk about a team depending on only one wide receiver.
Him and Jake
put
Ferguson.
all of this together, and what do you get? Jerry World entertainment through and through. A roller coaster ride. Cowboys fans desperately want to get off, but keep on riding. Sorry, Cowboys fans. I think this season is going to be a long one for you guys. But what do you think? Can the Cowboys get their ducks in order before the season starts? And can they finally break a 30-year-old hiatus and reach the NFC title game? If you end up enjoying this video, please subscribe. It's free, and you can always change your mind. Anyways, wherever you are in the world, be the GOAT of that moment. Stay goated.
Bro, I love his outro, bro. Hey, I want to know what you guys think down in the comments below. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe to the channel if you're new. Turn on post notifications to notify whenever I drop another banger video. We're on the road to 300 subs. Help me get that for more banger NFL content like this. And without further ado, I'm out. Gang!